Hello, good morning. Good morning, friends. I hope you're doing great. Happy to be here this morning. Yesterday, I recorded a video. Unfortunately, Facebook, for some reason, didn't allow me to post. So if you missed a video from me yesterday, it will be up today. And it's actually already up on my YouTube channel. So, guys, we're going to be talking about the I-864, also known as the Affidavit of Support today. There have been new guidelines that have been released and that went into effect on 1st April 2021 concerning the Affidavit of Support. So today we're going to be doing a background on what the Affidavit of Support is, what it means for you if you are an immigrant, or you are a U.S. citizen or green card holder applying for your family member, what the new guidelines mean for you. But we're going to do a background of what the I-864 is briefly, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll delve into what the new laws are, like what the new rules are with regards to the I-864. All right, guys, so let me just share my screen. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Drop me a comment, show me some virtual love, let me know you're watching, and let's get started. So what is the I-864? Okay, so the I-864 basically is for people who are applying for green cards. It's simply, if you're applying for a green card, it's for family-based applications as well as some employment-based applications. But today we'll be looking at the I-864, which is the Affidavit of Support within the context of applying for U.S. Within the context of applying for a family-based application. Okay, so what is the purpose of the form I-864? So this I-864 is to show that you have adequate means of financial support and that the person you're applying for is not likely to become a public charge. Okay, so this rule basically is to protect the U.S. taxpayer. And so, for example, if we have, let's say, somebody who's called Nana. Nana is a 40-year-old man. He lives in New York and he's a U.S. citizen. He wants to file for his wife who's based in, let's say, well, right here in the United States. His wife is here, or for example, his wife is in Ghana or Nigeria. Let's say his wife is here. He just got married. He got married. Nana is 40 years old. He just got married to his beautiful wife and now wants to file for her because she's here. We're going to do an adjustment of status as opposed to a consular processing. So once Nana is applying for his wife, Nana needs to contract with the U.S. government and tell the U.S. government that, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm filing for my wife. Here she is. And I'm filing an I-864, an affidavit of support. I'm swearing that I'm going to support my wife up until the time that she becomes a U.S. citizen herself, or, she dies, or about 4 of them. The contract breaks up until that point. But between the time you apply for your alien family relative, you need to contract with the U.S. government that, hey, I'm going to be supporting my wife or my child or this applicant who is my family member financially, and she's not going to become a burden onto the U.S. pocket. And so what this means is that if Nana's wife subsequently goes to receive a public benefit like food stamps or any type of public benefit, a means-tested public benefit, then Nana will be on the hook to pay back that money to the government in simple terms. Okay, so that's what the I-864 for the Affidavit of Support means. It means you are simply pledging your support, your financial support to your family member until she's able to find her feet or becomes, no longer a concern for the U.S. government that these people are going to be a drain on the U.S. pocket or the U.S. economy. So let's take a look at how the form I-864 is used against that backdrop. So the Affidavit of Support is a contract between the sponsor. As I told you, the sponsor is usually the person or the petitioner who's filing for their family member and the U.S. government. So when you complete and you sign, it means you are the sponsor, and you need to show that you have enough money or income to maintain the foreigner, and see, it's not only the foreigner that you need to show that you can support. the affidavits of support is calculated in such a way that you need to have enough income, and so you cannot be making $2,000 a year and then claim that you want to support somebody else. Your income has to be usually at 125% above the federal poverty guideline. For some people, it's at 100%. We'll discuss all those things later, but generally, it needs to be calculated this way. And the calculation is, is very particular. There's a formula. Usually, it's not only the intending immigrants that you need to be able to support. You need to also show them that, look, I have so and so number of dependents, and all these people are my household, are part of my household. And based on the calculation, I can support. So if Nana has already 6 children, in addition to his wife, Nana would need to include those 6 children as dependents in addition to his wife, and then still be able to prove that he can support his wife that he's petitioning for. Okay. So basically, that's it. Let me just scroll down, and then we can take some more. Let's discuss a few more details, and then we'll call it a day. I have quite a busy day today, so we're going to be taking a look at who needs to file the form I-864. This is pretty simple and very all-encompassing. It's very broad. It's for, everybody who's filing the green card. So let's take a look at them. The people who are going to need this is all immediate relatives of U.S. citizens. So all family-based preference immigrants. So we have the F1 category, we have the F2A, F2B, we have the F3, which is the married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. Then we have the F4, which are siblings of U.S. citizens, of course, older and 21 years and older. And then we also have the employment-based preference immigrants only in certain cases. Okay, so the employment-based, you don't need to submit it for all cases. It's only for specific cases. We won't go into all those things yet. So of course, there are also exceptions to people that don't need to apply for, that don't need to file the I-864. Pretty much that is it. Well, maybe we should look at the people that don't need to file the I-864. Let me just take a quick look at that, and then we can continue this tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I think that will be helpful so that you would know if you are not required to file the I-864. Guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and it's as usual beneficial. Just pulling up my screen out here. We're spilling the U.S. immigration law tea. Drop me a comment and I'll read the comments very soon. All right, right here. So this is the final part of the video. So these people don't, the first part is for the employment base. So so any intending immigrant who has earned or can receive credit for 40 qualifying quarters of work in the United States, in addition to their own work, intending immigrants may be able to secure credit for work performed by a spouse during marriage and by the parents while their immigrants were under 18 years old. Okay. Then the second one is people who don't need to, of course, file the I-864. Any intended immigrant who will, upon admission, acquire U.S. citizenship under Section 320 of the INA. Okay. So these people are clearly U.S. citizens already, and that the 320, they qualify through some ways. We will get into detail later, or maybe I could actually, let me just pull that up and let's review that, if that won't take too much of time. And then let's see. Okay, so these people are those children who are born outside the U.S. who automatically become U.S. citizen when they have at least one parent who is a U.S. citizen by birth or naturalization, and the child is under 18 years old, and the child is residing in the U.S. in the legal custody of the parent, of the physical custody of the citizen parent, pursuant to a lawful admission of permanent residence. So if you are a green card holder, if you become a U.S. citizen by acquisition, you don't need the I-864 to be filed for you. Then if you're a self-petitioning widow, so the VAWA petitioners, or if you're filing under I-360, the form I-360, usually VAWA petitioners, for example, do not need the affidavit of support filed for them. Of course, they are petitioning for themselves. It goes without, without saying, they are petitioning for themselves, so they don't have anybody who's going to do this affidavit on their behalf. Okay. And then we have self-petitioning battered spouses and children who have an approved form I-360. Okay, so they've actually specifically mentioned the VAWA petitioners here. So these are people that do not need to file the I-864. All right, guys, so that is the I-864 for you. Just a brief discussion on it. We will go some more into details because there's new income guidelines, poverty guidelines that was released and effective 1st April 2021. So hopefully tomorrow we can get into all of that. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. I hope you found this video useful, and we will speak again soon. All right, guys, be blessed. And oh my goodness, I'm sorry, my phone's already blowing up this morning. All right, guys. Echo Edu says, when will the embassy resume operation? I'll just read a couple of comments and then we can go off our way. Echo, thank you so much for joining. The embassy is actually open. They are operating. I have clients who have received, are receiving approvals. People are receiving decisions. They are currently open and they are, operating. So check with them. They are currently operating. I've done videos on how they are operating and the way in which they are proceeding with their applications that they are receiving and what their priorities are at this moment. All right, guys, call me 802-7800-564 and I can assist you if you have any need. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye.